Right now on NBC 10 News at 6 o'clock, connector costs. Work begins in a matter of weeks on the new interchange between the Pennsylvania Turnpike and I-95. And officials are coming up with all kinds of plans to finance the project. The cost of the entire project is more than $1 billion. The majority of the money will come from federal funds. The Turnpike Commission itself will pay a small portion of that bill. And for the first time, the Turnpike will use $200 million in loans from foreign investors. And those investors have a big incentive to lend their money. All new at 6 o'clock, NBC 10's Rosemary Connors shows us how this project will make your commute more convenient.
With no direct link to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, drivers on 95 are forced to get off at this exit, Route 413 in Bristol. They eventually pick up the Turnpike here, a few miles down the road off of Route 13. What's been needed to get this project off the ground has been funding, and the Turnpike Commission has found some creative ways to do it. As part of the project to connect the two major highways, foreign investors, mostly from China, are expected to loan the PA Turnpike Commission $200 million.
We're estimating today that we would save about $35 million in savings associated with borrowing through this particular program.
Over the phone, I spoke to the CFO of the Turnpike Commission, who explained that this kind of financing for the construction is possible through a federal program approved every 2 years by Congress since the 90s. It gives foreign investors and their immediate families visas to live in the U.S. and a 5-year path to citizenship in return for their money. It's anticipated that the first phase of the roadwork project will create well over 4,000 jobs, and that's part of the requirement with this federal program. For every $500,000 from a foreign investor, it must generate 10 positions.
It's being someone who's been out of work, being laid off, and just getting a job. So if we can get 4,000 people working, that's wonderful.
Reporting from Bristol, I'm Rosemary Connors, NBC 10 News.
And construction is set to start soon on a highly anticipated project to connect I-95 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike outside of Philadelphia. This is set to begin late next month or in early October. Now, we've learned that a Bucks County company won a $143 million contract to widen and rebuild several miles of the Turnpike in the area where the I-95 connection will be built in Bristol Township. The new interchange will allow drivers to stay on I-95 from Maine all the way down to Florida.